All right, let's do problem number 35. 35 says a landscaper is designing a rectangular garden, and the length of the garden is 5 feet longer than its width. Let's write that down before I forget. 5 feet longer than its width. What's the width? Heck, I don't know. We'll call it W. So W equals W. What's the length? What kind of hell is that? What's the length? W plus 5, right? Because it's 5 feet longer. So now if I draw a rectangle, a perfectly drawn rectangle, the length then is going to be W plus 5, and the width will be just W, right? Does that make sense? So this is like the length. Cool. It says the area of the garden is 104 square feet. Well now, how do I solve that? This is the area. So now if the area is 104 square feet, then the area, what's the formula for the area of a rectangle? Length times width, right? Well, the area is 104 feet squared. And the length is actually technically W plus 5 times the width, which is just W, right? Okay, cool. Let's plug this in. So I've got 104. We're gonna come to the units later. W times W is what? W times 5 is what? Hey, what does that kind of look like? Yeah, no, but it looks like something else. It's a quadratic, right? If I subtract 4 from both sides, I get 0 is equal to W squared plus 5W minus 104. Isn't that a quadratic? Now, I'm going to do something a quick way. We could factor this. There's two terms that when I multiply them, they equal 104. But a quick way is just to graph this function on your calculator and then find the x-intercepts. That's how you find the 0. So I'm going to clear this out, I got to change. I was doing some inequalities the other day, so I'm going to come back and just change this to a line. And then I'm going to graph, whoops. I'm going to say x squared plus 5x minus 104. Now I'm going to go to the window. Well, let's just do zoom fit. Which is option number 0, I think. Yep, 0. And there it is. Now I'm going to expand it a little bit. My x direction, let me hit trace here. See how far down we are. Yeah, y equals 104. So to set up my window, I'm going to go from negative 20 to positive 20. And then my x min, I'm going to go like negative 110. And then my x max, I'm going to go like 2. Now what that's going to do is that's going to let me kind of zoom in on it like that, right? Now what I want is the x-intercepts, because those are the solutions to this. So if I hit second trace, which pulls up my calculate menu, I want the zeros, right? Because this whole thing is set equal to 0. So I'm going to choose 0, and then I got to move, it says the left bound, which means I got to move my cursor on this thing all the way till it's just a little bit to the left of the x-intercept. So I hit enter. Then the right bound, I just got to be a little bit to the right, and then somewhere in the middle is my guess. And so I get negative 13 as one solution. In other words, W can equal negative 13. We'll verify that in a second. So now I got to do the other one. So I hit second trace, go down to 0 again. Now I got to do the same thing all the way to the other side. It says right here left bound. So I'm going to move that cursor till it's just a little bit to the left of the x-axis. Remember that when Mr. Adams says the x-axis, that's the horizontal axis. Okay, so I hit enter. Now the right bound means I'm a little bit to the right, it's off the screen, so that I know it's there. And now I'm going to hit enter, and it says 8. So 8 is the other variable. Now how do I double check that? What's 13 times 8? Well, if I go on my calculator, yeah, it's 104, right? 13, actually it's negative 13, right? Negative 13 times 8. Negative 104. And then 13, the difference between 13 and 8 is actually 5. Does that make sense? So these are the actual answers. This one and this one. All right, let's move on to the next one.